Good morning. Should have been good evening. I wanted to record this last night, but I lost the light. It's a bit dull here this morning. It's chill, but not too chill to put the heater on, but chilly enough to put my woolly hat on. Where are we? We are north of Wolfsburg, northwest of Nuremberg, northeast of Frankfurt, on the Hessen-Bavaria border, on the Hessen side, in the rolling hills in the farm country. And if you hear a heavy plant go past, it'll be a tractor. Probably about 2 days to the Czech border. Am I right? Next one is why edge of the grid. I don't live on the grid. I use the grid, and I am sometimes part of the grid. Maybe I use the roads. I use the interweb. I use the banks. So I'm not really off grid. But although I can go and isolate for 4 or 5 days, no problem at all, and I love doing that. And I've got solar. I've been snowed in a couple of times. It's great. You just sit and wait. Use the snow for washing and stuff like that to rationate your water. Love it. Why is it taking so long? Well, I think I mentioned before, I'm doing this on my budget. I'm doing it on my service pension. I've got about £120 a week after all the bills are paid and a bit of backup money. That gives me a tank of diesel and food for the week. I've blown it this month. I got with the ferry and bad diesel in Belgium and got water in the system. So I got more month than money this month. So I got enough for one more tank and some food and maybe a little bit left over. But pension pays week on Friday. So I'll be cushy. Where have we been? Well, when I come off the boat, I stopped. I headed for Ypres. Now, I've never been to Ypres. I've been to some of the other war memorials, but Ypres is a bit special. Ypres was built after the First World War, and it's a monument to all those that gave their lives in the Great War in Europe and have no known grave. So there's a lot of names on there. It's a big building. The video I posted on Facebook and Instagram shows the bullet holes in the wall, which occurred during the Second World War, and goes down to the buglers playing the last post, which is just so moving. And they do that every night, and they've done it every night at 8 o'clock since 1945. So it's just phenomenal. I went the first night, and you notice that I don't keep the buglers' heads in, that's because my head's bowed and I couldn't line up the camera. And my eyes were running at the end anyway. But it's fantastic. Second night I went, I was meeting a veteran buddy who's just come back from the Arctic Circle in his land yacht, Jim Palace thingy, coach built, phenomenal machine. You had a look inside, it's just fantastic. Not for me, but wow. Self-levelers, all of it, you pull up, park up, press the button, house. And him and his lovely wife, Angie, we met and went and watched it, and I suited and booted for that one. I put my dad's blazer on with his colours and my core pin, and thought I'd do the NATO tie. And yeah, and there was a pipe band there second night, and that they do Mellon Collins so well, pipe band. They played Scottish Soldier, just moving stuff. Then after a couple of days there, I tanked up. I had about a quarter of a tank left, so I got 3/4 of a tank and started getting stopped on the autobahn. I was going to go through Brussels, but they don't want old vehicles there thingy. So I cut south, heading for Maastricht. Stopped on the autobahn, Restplatz, hairy thingy overnight. And then got to Maastricht the next day. And when I started the vehicle that morning, I realised I had water in my system, which is a pain. But there you go. And that cost me a bit. So I had a couple of days in Maastricht while I met another Brian. The veteran I met the day in Ypres was Brian. Brian had come up on one of the veterans group, and he's a pad brat. If you don't know what a pad brat is, he was a pad brat. If you don't know what a pad brat is, Dawn French was a pad brat. Look it up. It's not really derogatory. It's a fact. My son was a pad brat. My daughter was a pad brat. God bless the pad brats. Yeah. It's all about pads and singlies. Anyway, I had a couple of days in Maastricht. I'd spent 5 years in Maastricht back in the 80s. Great tour. Tell you some stories about that sometime. And had a look round at the old barracks and things like that. Yeah, a lot of good memories. A lot of memories. Right. I messaged some people in the week to say I wanted to mention you. And I'm going to, on this, thank some of the people that have just inspired me and got me where I am in van life. And allowed me to be a van lifer, doing what I love, drifting at the edge of the grid. So some of them messaged back, no. Most said yes. I'm not going to do all today because it was just a wheeze to get you to log on, and you're going to have to like and subscribe now because I'm going to do some of you as the series goes on, I hope. The first one I'm going to make is too many ums again. I'm still doing too many ums. I've got to stop the ums. The first one I'm going to mention is Karen. It has to be Karen first because Karen and I were married back in the 80s. She was lovely. My son come to live with us. She was a really strong and positive influence on my son, made him the man he is today, I think. And we were in Maastricht for 5 years, and then we went up to Germany. She went to Rintown, BMH Rintown. She was a QA, Queen Elizabeth Royal Army Nursing Corps, quick and ready, never caught. We love you girls. And I was into 7.6. And I was in the welfare office in 7.6. And because we were on good income, we brought a brand new Series 1 Land Rover Discovery. Kind of a dream come true. It turned into a nightmare because never buy a new vehicle. So we that's how we got involved in Romania, because the shout went out and they were looking for somebody with a 4x4 or similar or something decent to do convoy escort and then go and do some looking around. So we were effectively, Karen came on a couple of trips, most of them I did on my own with the guys, and we were effectively a reconnaissance team. We used to go down and look for the places and then try and get the units in Germany to adopt them. So that's why I got to see so much, go to so many places. So Karen has to be the first mentioned. And then Tracy, the lovely Tracy. Tracy is why I'm in Bill. Tracy and I met, I was in Aurora at the time, an LDV. If you've seen it, you'll know it. And we met down at a park up in Cornwall that's now got a high barrier. Sad. we got together. We decided to get a bigger van and go do this together. We had a great time. We had a fantastic tour across Ireland and up the Wild Atlantic Way. Really recommend that. And we did that in Bill. And then we took Bill into a barn and we painted her and refitted her and put the skylights in, took the aircon units out, put the skylights in, all that kind of stuff, with the boat hatch and stuff. And Tracy and I had a great time, and it was a beautiful relationship, and I'm so sorry I couldn't make it work. And I hope you happiness and strength, Tracy, and I hope we remain friends as we are. I'm going to drop my glasses, excuse me. And I love you, Tracy. I'm sorry I couldn't make the relationship work. I'm afraid it's a bit of a recurring theme in my life. Now, van life girl, fire angel, Angela. She's fickle and she flickers. She's fantastic. She was the first van lifer I met that was doing van life because she wanted to do van life. Not for chemicals, not for escaping her reality, but she wanted to do van life. We made an agreement really early in our relationship not to try it on with each other and just be good friends, and she's great. I love her a bit. She's just so inspirational, and I wish her and Paul a long and strong relationship, and I wish Angela a really good life. You're doing well, girl. Keep it up. And now Sarah Dreamcatcher. Sarah hasn't got a van. She hasn't even got a license. She's still working on that. But her path towards van life is just a great story. I won't go on into all of it now, but she used to come down. Angela used to pick her up at the station, and she used to come down and pitch her tent. And she was stuck for a lift back from an event up. It was anyway, an event, a gathering, and she needed a lift home. And I thought, well, I can drop her off, and I can go to my sister's, get my washing done, get a shower and stuff. And my little sister lives in Coventry, so I took Sarah home, and we talked, and we talked, and we talked, and we told stories of our lives and things. And I listened to hers, and I was awestruck. To come from hell to be an angel, really. And she's so inspired and strong and focused. She's just amazing. We are really good friends. I've learned now as I got older, and it's people like Angela and Sarah that have taught me that the love of a woman doesn't have to be physical, and it's so strong and good. Yeah, Sarah's great, and I wish you well, Sarah. And the last one I'm going to do today, but not least, is my little sister Donna. Donna is Inner Youth Yoga, and if ever you're Coventry way and you want to do some yoga, you go to Inner Youth Yoga. Mention my name, you won't get mates rates. But she got a tap outside. Don't tell her I told you. But she, at 50 something, decided she wanted to take up yoga. In 57 she became a yoga instructor, and now she runs classes 3 times a week in a youth yoga. She's given me a class. It was phenomenal. The drill sergeant was wrong. It's not heels together, it's toes together, heels apart. Lift your knees, swivel your hips, push your head to the sky, pinch your shoulders. Donna's why I now do my morning starts with cat and cow and some down dog and crab. Yeah. Nice one, Donna. Keep it up, girl. I'm proud of you. Now for a poem. I'm going to do you Seagulls in the Sun. Seagulls in the Sun is a series I'm writing. And it's basically, you're sitting in the sun, a seagull drifts by, you look down, see what you see, feel what you feel about it, and write it. And this one was written Newcastle on Tyne, early this year, August. I was up in Northumberland, County Durham, I live up there, and I went to Newcastle. I thought I'd do a city. I do now and again. I don't know why, it just happens. So I parked up on the banks of the Tyne. There's a lovely park up there, and I was sitting drinking tea in my van, seagulls drifting by in the sun, and I looked down and saw what I see. And you've got to bear in mind I'm near the university campus, I think. So seagulls in the sun, a city square. The world is burning in rain. Sockless leather shoe, cool dude hippie son, drinks from a single-use plastic cup with straw because he's insulated from the pain. They will write their dissertations, they will lie their dissertations, they will buy their dissertations. They will gain their points against the poor. They will win their points of glory. Then, when like us, the bugs die, choked on the single-use plastic, they too will be no more. Hey. The next one, I've got this thing, I can talk to somebody and, no, I've lost my marker. I can talk to somebody and kind of sketch them in a poem. And I give them the poem, I read them the poem and I give it to them and they cry. I don't mean to make you cry, but then somebody wrote a poem up me the other day and made me cry. But anyway, this one is, if I can find it again, is Cat. If you know Cat, you'll love Cat. She is who does She's at the Wheel. And if you haven't listened to She's at the Wheel, you're missing something. It's a podcast of her interviewing other van lifers and telling about her story and her journey. And she's just great. It just gives you faith in the life. She's at the Wheel. Check it out. I got it on Spotify, but I think it's available on other medium. And I'm going to get really frustrated if I can't find it. I'll have to read something else. I had a marker and the marker fell out. So this is Cat. Come on, Cat, where you gone? Hold on a minute, folks. I'll be there in a sec. People have asked me for videos and stuff like that. If you want slick stuff, you need to watch Rusted Road Trip or the fantastic Nora and the Novice Explorers, Flora and the Novice Explorers. Oh no, this is really annoying. I'm really sorry about this. I'll be better organised next time. That was a tractor going by. Anyway, I'm down in the German sector, in south of Germany. I didn't spend a lot of time here in the military. A few visits. I'll relate a story to you while I'm looking for this. I was at 28 Suits in Krefeld, and we were Northern Army Group's mobile communications headquarters. And the Army used to have this thing called adventurous training, where we'd all pack up in the trucks with mainly tracksuits and civvy clothes. We'd go off somewhere and do stuff like kayaking and abseiling and rock climbing and hill walking. A lot of hill walking, because hill walking's cheap. You just got to put them in those army boots and send them off with a map. Send them off with a map and off they go. No, we was hill walking. So we'd go away for 2 weeks. We'd take the cook tent and accommodation tents, and the officers would sleep in one field and we'd sleep in another field. Couldn't have them mixing. And we'd be gone for 2 weeks. And 10 days in, we were down near Koblenz on this adventurous training exercise. And got lined up in the field and they're told, okay lads, knock it on the head. The trucks are leaving Sunday. This was Wednesday. What are we going to do? We were in Koblenz. It was wine festival time. Where are you going to go? So anyway, these wine festivals in Koblenz were basically a great big marquee. You paid 5 Deutschmarks, which was about a quid then. You got a little tumbler, about the size of an egg cup, maybe more, glass, very nice, a little badge on it. And you went inside the marquee, and you could refill the tumbler as many times as you like. 50 squaddies, what am I going to say? Anyway, I got arrested. I was only crossing a bridge. I just happened to be on the outside of the bridge, on the ledge, the other side of the wall. So anyway, these 2 Polizei, German policemen, pulled me back over, bundled me in the back of the car, took me back up to the camp, left me with the orderly sergeant. When the orderly sergeant when the police had gone and the orderly sergeant had stopped laughing, he said, go sleep it off. Yeah, right. I was round the corner out the back, over the fence, back in the next marquee within an hour, and I still can't find Cat. This is really going to bug me. You have to kind of remember, I don't know, I need to sort my life out, don't I really? Food. Cat. Found Cat. This is I wrote these poems and I give them to them, and they're theirs really, but I hope they don't mind if I read some of them out in the course of the series. Meet Cat, love Cat, a beautiful free butterfly that will drive mere mortals insane. Tame cat, wild cat, knowing cat, giving cat, guiding but clearly free. The kind of cat people want to be. And just knowing cat is queen of her story. Cat colours, cat clears, cat cleanses your soul. Meet Cat, love Cat. Hope you like that one, Cat. I hope you didn't mind me reading it, Cat. You're great. Keep it up. Pity the interview with me didn't work, hey? Maybe again some other time. So there's some up tonight, today, tomorrow. I'm going to pack up when I finish this, go and find a town with some interweb and upload this. And buy some diesel, go a bit further east. I've met 3 types of van lifer. I've made a pact with myself when I meet a van lifer. If the door's open, I see a van and the door's open, I'll say hi. And I've met 3 types. The first one is, I live in a van for a reason, go away. I've been there, done that. Yeah, I accept that. The second one is, I haven't spoken to anybody for 5 days. I am now going to talk your hind legs off. I know, I've been there, done that. The third one is, you make a mental note, never park next to that van again. Say no more. Anyway, bye folks. I'll be back in a week, I hope. Ping.